Hi guys, it's me Hunter again. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I have two new subscribers. I want to welcome you. If you're watching again, um, if I didn't put you to sleep, I found out there's an actress and her name is Hunter Kane. So I googled her because I thought that's unusual. Her name's Hunter, especially when she's in her 30s. She's a soap opera actress. I don't know what soap opera she's actually on. I was trying to think of the name of it. But so if you're looking for her, uh, you've come to the wrong place. But you can subscribe and watch my video if you want. I'm not an actress. You're not gonna find her here. Uh, so yeah, I googled her and she had changed her name. It's what I thought. So I'm kind of a little bit psychic, a little bit. Or maybe it's just common, maybe it's just common sense that, maybe she just changed her name to Hunter because she liked the name Hunter and her last name was really King. So yeah, that's what it said. She just changed her name to Hunter. I don't know what her name was before that, but I'm thinking a lot of people they get on YouTube and they look for her and they find me instead and go, what the hell? And then maybe they're learning a little bit something new too. Like I'm Hunter King, FTM, female to male, female to male. Yes, and so what I wanted to talk about today, basically, I kind of go off, when I talk and I ramble and go on to other things. Hopefully you're getting something out of it besides a good snooze. Uh, I want to talk about being transgendered and family and friends and, how it's very complicated sometimes and sometimes it's not. Sometimes family really accepts you and sometimes they just don't. Because they don't get it and they don't want you to change and they don't believe in it. They don't believe that you can be born in the wrong body. Same old, same old. But the thing is my own brother. I have a brother from another mother, and he just did something incredibly stupid to me. He violated me. Uh, I got a notification on my phone saying that he posted a video. I don't even normally watch his videos because he's into hip hop. He's 45, but he's into hip hop and just kind of music I don't like. Uh, actually, there's nothing he's ever posted that I actually liked as far as music wise. But it came up and I saw the word transgender, so that made me look and watch. And it was one of the most homo, homophobic video I think I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of them, and there's a lot of them out there. But this one was comparing transgendered people to people that were disabled, saying that they were disabled, like mentally disabled, mentally screwed up. And I thought him of all people, so he knew better. I thought he knew better, but he probably thought I didn't even watch his stuff. Who knows what he thought? I didn't like it, of course. He knew. Um, he knows that I transitioned, and he said he thought that was cool with him as long as I was happy. So to put that up, no, no, no. He reposted somebody else's. I don't know who it was, and I don't care. And I wrote something on the video. I didn't call him up. It was like the middle of the night, so I just figured I was just really pissed, really tired, and really pissed too. And I told him, you know how I feel about this, and compared him to his mother since I never got along with his mother. She was such a mean, hateful person, and I just thought maybe I couldn't think of anything else why did he have to get that way and to do that to me. And then he wrote, well, it's not about transgender people, sis. He said, it was about disabled people, and he called me sis. So I was already angry that he posted the video, but then he called me sis, which I, I don't know if that was a slip up or he was just not trying to be spiteful. It didn't make sense, but so I told him, I'm your brother. I'll always be your brother. Don't ever call me that again. And he said, well, he wasn't angry, but obviously I was. And yeah, I said, yeah, I'm angry, and anyway, we got into it, and obviously I watched it again, because he wanted to make it sound like the video was about something else, not what I thought. It was about the people that were transgender, and he kept saying, no, it wasn't. It was about people that were disabled. And I said, listen, it was just escalated. So the argument escalated, and I said he was as hateful as his mother. And then he said, don't you talk about my mom. And that's always the same story with him. Don't talk about his mother, about how abusive she was to me when I was a child. And he never wants to hear about that. But I was that ticked off. And then he called me a bitch. Because he said, if you say one more word about my mom, uh, I don't want to hear it, because, if she's dying of cancer. Now, I don't know if that's true. Um, and then, but and I just said, well, how old is she now? Because I don't even keep up with her age or anything. He said, what's your business, bitch? And then he blocked me. Then he actually blocked me. So whatever. So this is just one example of family, and how they can't handle their siblings. Whatever you are to them, um, transitioning, and it's sad, and it's but the thing is, there are the thing is, you got to deal with it somehow. I can't personally deal with people that purposely misgender me, and something like putting that video up that was done purposely. So he's gone. I don't think we're ever going to be speaking again. And I've heard I've heard it from a lot of people before that somebody's misgendered them on purpose, and if it's a mistake, because that's common for it to be a mistake, like they forgot because they knew you as the other gender, which sounds really weird. It really is weird to be transgender. I'll be honest with you. It is weird, and it's confusing to some people. It doesn't confuse me. It confuses other people, especially when they knew you as the other gender. Because whoever's watching, you could be female to male, or male to female. Um, but yeah, so I mean, they get a pass if it's an accident. Although I do still get a little bit heated up if somebody says, her stuff, or she. I get a little heated up, but I try to remember that person didn't know me very long as Hunter King, not the actress. But that's just that cracks me up that there's an actress with that name, my name. I had the name first because I've had this name now for 3 years and 4 months, and she had her name for 2 years. She didn't change it. Uh, so you can't help it if you have to live at home still. and you're living at home, and your brother's constantly, hating on you or misgendering you, and you still gotta live at home. But there's something you can do once you move out. But you know, I'm just talking about people. You're on your own, and they're still doing it. I'm not saying, well, you know, dismiss your family completely. I'm just saying I think you should tell them how you feel, and if you've done that, let them know how serious that it is. What gets to me is these people that don't sound so serious about transitioning. They transition and they just let their family walk all over them, and I think they're so afraid of losing their family that they just allow a little bit of misgendering here and there, and they just kind of suck it up, and it makes them angry, it makes them sick. But you don't have to be. Just tell them how it is. I mean, don't be afraid so much you're going to lose them. Make them afraid that they're going to lose you. Because if they really love you, they're going to respect you, and they're going to be afraid to lose you. So just tell them how you feel. If you don't want to tell them to their face because you're just afraid of confrontation, you're afraid of things escalating, getting violent, or you don't know what to say, put it in writing. You know, there's always email. Send them an email. Send them a notice on your Facebook or whatever you have. Facebook, social media. I'm not on Facebook very much actually. Don't worry about that. I don't like Facebook very much. I only have it because I use it to look up people from my past, like high school friends or some guys that I used to just hang out with, play football with, stuff like that. Or even because my brother was on there, but now screw him, right? I mean, I'm not going to. He has to apologize to me if he wants me back. Um, but I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't think it's going to happen. And I'm not going to apologize to him because I get angry at something that I'm justifiably angry about. I'm cooled off now. It has been a couple of weeks, but I'm just not going to allow that anymore because I don't misgender him. He was born a cis male. That doesn't give him a pass. I'm not going to, call him a female and a she, a bitch and a miss and a sister. I'm not going to do that. And I mean, that's how I feel because I was maybe my body, yes, my body was born female, but my brain is not. And just because he remembers me as a sister, okay, now he knows. That's okay. But now he knows, and he's known for years that I go by he, him, and I'm male. So he knows that, and so he purposely did what he did, and that's where I draw the line, and that's where that's where you get executed from me. But it's not. It's really not a laughing matter, actually. If somebody, okay, here's an example. I won't go on too much longer. Here's an example. Somebody, I saw them on YouTube, and they're older, like I don't know the exact age. I think late 50s. And they said an old friend of theirs means him and his wife, sent them a get well card because they had the COVID, but um, they kept in the card they kept misgendering him and writing. I don't know exactly. He didn't say what they wrote, but they kept writing. They would write she and call him a she and you girls or you gals or something, and just it was repeated and that was written down. So where's the respect in that? I mean, I'm sure he really appreciated the card to get well, but where's the respect when this person's actually had top surgery, bottom surgery? They changed their name, they're male, they're trans, and masculine. They're a husband, but so that would what I would do in that situation. I wouldn't cut them off and just say, I'll never talk to you again. I would either call them up write them, put it all down in a letter. This is how it is, an email. I mean, letter, and let them know. Put it in writing. Because somehow people believe things that are put in writing, things that are in writing, they take them more seriously. And then sign it, sincerely yours, and just tell them how you feel. And if and that's cool to me. That would be cool because I would think they'd read that and go, "Oh, I probably should have I should have said he." So, and then maybe they'll send an apology, or maybe next time they talk to you, um, they'll gender you correctly. But if they continue to misgender you, unless they have Alzheimer's or something, I would just not put up with that. That's what I would do. You do what you're gonna do, and you can put up with whoever you want to put up with. But it's just it's not taking yourself seriously. Why did you transition in the first place? And then just allow people to walk all over you, and that's what's happening. Even if they don't understand it, they might not understand it. I can understand somebody not understanding it because they don't feel that way themselves, but they need to be respectful. So just tell them, you need to be respectful. Please respect me. Respect my pronouns, even if they're just they, them. Try to respect. Do your best. Um, and that's all you can expect from somebody is for them to try and do their best. That's my lecture to you for today. So I went to the gender clinic. I don't know what to call it because it's like they keep changing the name of it. The gender clinic a couple days ago, and the clinician came in and she said, "So you still go by she, her?" And I was like, "Huh? What? Where'd she get that?" And I asked her, what do you mean? No, of course not. And she said, "Oh, because a lot of guys come in here and they feel safe by going by she, her." Uh, okay, I said they feel safe here, and but they're male. And she said, "Yeah, they're male, and they don't feel safe outside of that clinic." That's the kind of world we live in. You should feel safe. But she said, and there's all kinds of genders now, and like she was almost confused. And I said, no, I'm not that person. In fact, she was the first endocrinologist that I ever encountered when I wanted to get on hormones. And I thought, why is she thinking that I'm she, her? But she said, oh, it's written down in your chart. And she said, I'll change that. And then she changed it. And thank God she changed it. 'Cause I had to go to the hospital the other day. I had to get some tests done. And I looked at my paperwork and it said my gender was female. See, little things like that. It's kind of a big thing to me. That's like, like I said, like a cis-born male looking at the paperwork going, why would they put female? Change that. Change this shit. And I called him up and I said, you still have female on my information, and I have to go in the hospital and all these nurses see that. That's embarrassing. I don't want to be embarrassed. And I'm not ashamed, but I'm embarrassed because then they look at me a different way, a certain way, and talk to me a certain way, and they go get their friends and say, come look at. I had it happen to me. Come look at this guy. This guy used to be a female. Oh, really? I seen it. I seen them all peeking around the corners, and so I don't really want that, and not for me. So yeah, I told her to change it, the receptionist, and so she said, "Oh, sorry." She thought it had changed, but it only changed on one certain form, not the main form where I have to take it to every other doctor. You know. So I'm trying to get everything, all my ducks in a row and everything straightened out. Still, I still have some things to do, like my car. One of my trucks, I have two trucks. One of them I still have to put in my name because it's in the other name. And I got pulled over too when I was on my way to the doctor. He said I was speeding. All I could really think of is, oh God, is he going to check? You know, my license says Hunter King and male. Okay, and my insurance Hunter King male. But the registration has my dead name on it and female, so I didn't want to. All cops, they always ask license registration, please, when they pull you over. License registration. So I'm just thinking, oh, he's going to ask to see that registration, and then I'm going to have to go through the whole thing. That I didn't steal the car, that it's not my sister's car, or something, just to say it's my car, and then confuse them, which could have been fun, but I was in a hurry. I would have had to come, but I'm transgendered, and then he was really old. I don't know how old, but he looked like old, like 70 old, like he wasn't going to be hip to it or something. And I didn't want to get harassed. So, but thankfully, he didn't even ask for my registration. He just told me I was speeding, and he was going to go check my license. Uh, I guess check for warrants or something. It took a long time. And he came back and said, okay, Mr. King, have a good day. Try to drive slower. You know, when you're going to the doctor, you can start earlier, like give me a lecture. And yes, sir. Okay, so that was actually I was pretty lucky that he didn't give me a ticket because it could have. I wasn't going that fast either, but like they like to tell you that you are going fast. Well, I've been on here long enough. I'm gonna go. See you next time. Peace. Hunter out.